Ladies, 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 we are here tonight on the show. So today I'm just going to talk about some different topics. The first topic I'm going to talk about is the Los Angeles Lakers re-signing Anthony Davis, I believe for 3 years, $185 million, which ties him up to the Lakers until 2028, which means because LeBron James, he's got 2 more years left, but next year in 2024, he can become a free agent if he wants to, but he can also stay and play and then become a free agent in 2025. But what are they going to do with LeBron James? He's going to be 40 in 2025. Are you going to extend him as well? That's kind of risky as he's hitting his 40s. But it looks like they plan to go forward for the next, 5 years, at least until 2028 with Anthony Davis. And I would assume at some point during those 5 years, LeBron James is no longer going to be with the Lakers. And that could be as soon as next year. Really a move that makes me scratch my ass, and I don't even have Androids. Sometimes I even thought that if anything, they were going to move on from Anthony Davis before they moved on from LeBron James. But now this move means that most likely now LeBron James will leave the Los Angeles Lakers, whether it's for free agency to some other team or to retire before Anthony Davis, which means the Lakers, they still believe Anthony Davis. They can build him as they can build around this guy. And they believe in this guy, even though he's had a lot of injuries. Not all the time he seems to be fully committed. Now, when this guy is healthy and committed, he's still like a top 3, top 5 player. But on a lot of nights, he's simply just not committed. And like I said, he's also getting hurt a lot. And it's like, I think this year LeBron's going to be 39. Anthony Davis is going to be 31. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. So you're trying to win a championship with a 39-year-old and a 31-year-old who's injury prone. Oh, man, I don't know if it's the right combination, man. But the Lakers don't seem to give up on these guys, especially Anthony Davis. Like I said, they have just committed to him for possibly up until 2028, which is like 5 years, man. So I don't know, man. Anthony Davis is going to be on Los Angeles Lakers for long term and most likely going to still be there while LeBron James leaves. We'll see how that goes. The other news coming out today is that Alvin Kamara, the running back from the Saints, has been suspended for the first 3 games of the season. As last year, he got into a fight in Las Vegas during the Pro Bowl weekend festivities. It's interesting because that was last year. I believe that was was that in 2021 or it was almost 2 years ago? And now the fact they're punishing him until now, but they handed him his punishment today: 3-game suspension. He will miss the first 3 games, but outside of that, he's good. He could have gotten hit with a lot worse, maybe like 7 games. He's lucky he only got hit with 3 games, so he'll be fine. Alvin Kamara just gonna have to miss the first 3 games. He'll be back. Kind of sucks, but hey, I believe Jamal Williams is there now. Jamal Williams is with the Saints now, so obviously they got Derek Carr. Hopefully Michael Thomas and all those guys can stay healthy. I think do they still have Jarvis Landry? They have a nice little team over there. My question about the Saints is, who the hell's the offensive coordinator? I know Dennis Allen's the head coach. Who's the offensive coordinator? That's a question with that damn team. See, I don't know. That's a team that maybe should have considered hiring Matt LaFleur. Or what's that other guy's name? The guy that not the Packers coach, the brother, Jeff LaFleur, what the fuck his name is. He got fired by the Jets. They should have hired him to be the offensive coordinator. Maybe he should have been good, but I don't know. Or maybe Kellen Moore, he got fired from the Cowboys. I'm not sure how the offensive coordinators and Saints, but that's a big question, man. They have low-key a good team with Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. They low-key have a good team. I think they need a better play caller. And then, look, I got some other stuff for you guys. I was watching a podcast between Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright, and they were just shooting the shit. They were talking about, oh, shit, I almost fell. They were talking a lot about a lot of stuff, and they put up a few proposals about maybe baseball should only last maybe it's start in April and finish it by September, maybe by latest play the World Series Game 7 by Labor Day, so then you don't have to compete with football. How like start your playoffs like in August and finish them like in September. Shrink the season down. I don't know. I guess it does make sense because you would get a lot more viewers if you're playing your playoffs in August and then finishing up your World Series in September. I don't know. Then they talked about the NFL, how eventually most likely there's talks are going to go to they're going to play 18 games in 20 weeks. And they were saying some shit about freaking the last week of the season having everybody play overseas. And like having one team in Germany, another team in London, another team in Mexico, or not Mexico, like overseas, like I don't know, Australia, and then having a game on Monday, another game on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I think they were drunk. They were drinking, man. They were having Lobos, the tequila, and then the other thing they said was the other thing. What did they? Oh, they won the final team, the worst team in basketball. So this year, I believe, would have been San Antonio. They need to get demoted to the G League for 1 year, and that needs to be their punishment for being the worst team. Yes, you get the first overall pick, but you also have to spend 1 season in the G League. Apparently, football, European soccer does this. The worst team in the league gets demoted to the minor leagues, and I don't know about that shit, man. These guys were drunk, man. A lot of interesting sports take they made. Jesus Christ, man. Interesting stuff right there by Mr. Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright. They were doing a podcast, and they were even Nick Wright was like, "Yeah, we should have this do this once a month, cocktails with Colin." I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, holy cow, man, I can't believe they did this. But that's where the new world is now, right? With the podcasting, you see Stephen A. Smith doing it. How Pat McAfee's one is so good. ESPN just signed him to a 5-year deal, $85 million. So that means that might be the future of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of these TV guys like Stephen A. Smith and Colin Cowherd are starting to turn direction. Even Skip Bayless does one, I believe. Now, Skip Bayless one, it's more like professional. He doesn't curse nowhere as much as like Colin Cowherd and Stephen A. do. Colin Cowherd and Stephen A. Smith like go hard. It's a completely different persona from what you see on TV on their podcast, especially Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith will be doing it on fucking tank tops. He goes from wearing like a fucking suit and a tie to doing it in a freaking tank top. Colin is a little bit more classy, but sometimes he can say some crazy stuff, obviously, especially if he's having some alcohol. But yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, Jesus Christ, some of their sports talks was kind of crazy, man. But that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm finished. The fuck is happening? I mean, what the fudge is happening? Fudge, I'm a classy man.